Hi, my name's Colleen Cairns and I'm the lecturer for Level 4 Reflexology and also the other complementary therapies. I do apologise for any of the technical problems today, but hopefully I can help by just giving you a rundown on the qualification, and then you can send questions. So basically, the prerequisite of the Level 4 Reflexology is that you have Level 3 Reflexology, and that is also the same for Level 4 aromatherapy. So you would need to have completed a Level 3 qualification and have evidence of a certificate that shows it's fairly current, and if not, if it's older than 10 years, if you have evidence of experience of working in industry, that might also be relevant as a prerequisite to entry onto the course. So the course is usually a small group of people, and it's very specialised, and the objective in the advanced Level 4 is that you will learn clinical elements of either reflexology or aromatherapy, which will help you to work in the national health or in a specialised fashion. So in Level 3 or 4, you will have learnt the basics and you should be competent in doing a general treatment. So when you come into the college, the first thing that we do is check your standard to date. The second thing that we do is give you an overview of what the overall course will cover. And in reflexology, we will be doing maternity reflexology, reflexology for cancer and life-limiting conditions. We will be doing vertical reflexology, auricular reflexology, hand reflexology, looking at how you work with pain management, understanding the physiology relating to aging and how that impacts on the body and then impacts on ailments and disease, and then how we can work with clients to help them to bring them back into positive balance. Depending on the time and the number of people that are in the year, we will sometimes do a 5 or 6 week trial clinic where we will bring in specialised groups. In the past, we've done it for arthritis, we've done it for back pain. So it will very much be driven by what the group would like. And we create consultations, we do a scale to check improvement. And this is done like a mini trial to help you should you wish to go forward in the future and work with specialised groups like fibromyalgia, cancer, Parkinson's and so forth. The course is run by doing a whole lot of mini blocks. And so we will take one subject area, we do the theory, we do the practical, and then we do the assessments relating to that sector, and then we move on. So it's like a year made up of a whole lot of specialised mini areas. Where possible, we try and invite in guest speakers, and we frequently have Patricia McDaniels, who would be the lead complementary therapist in Daisy Lodge down in Newcastle, who works with children and cancer. We've had various other people, all people who are significant and have achieved significant recognition in the specific field. If it's the Level 4 aromatherapy, basically what we are looking at is the unfamiliar oils. In Level 3, you will have done 40 to 44 essential oils and 19 carrier oils. So in the Level 4, we're looking at the less familiar oils, different oils than you have used before. And we're looking much more at the clinical aspect of how those oils impact therapeutically in your body. We also do research, and many people that have gone through Level 3 with me have done project-based learning, creating products Very interesting, and we take this area and allow you time to specialize further so that it's something that you might want to develop and eventually put into production. So with the aromatherapy, it will very much depend on the group and the areas of interest. We have the ability to shape shift the qualification so that we try and meet the areas of main interest for each client. We also look at the clinical aspect of using aromatherapy with cancer, and Rihanna Harris-Lewis is a world specialist, and she advises the NHS, and we would take her teachings and debate on them, trial them, and look at the different ways of using essential oils in a limited way with people that have illness, and basically we're looking at how they affect your mood, how they affect you physically, and the research that backs this up. The level 4 qualifications are very specialist, and you're treated as a special person in the college. We have a higher level section of the library which is cordoned off so that if you want to go and do research in the library, you can do that. We have a Moodle system where online notes and information is put in a source that you can access whether you're in college or at home. And at the end of all of this and all of your assessments as we progress through the year, you have a graduation, which to date has been held in the waterfront in Belfast. And so you are made to feel very much the person that has achieved that higher level qualification. So I'm not sure now if there's any new questions that have come in, but I think that's all I have to say until I see the questions.
Hi Colleen, that was great. I'm going to read through some of your questions here that have come in during the session. Just let me scroll back up to the top here. So someone has asked, are there case studies involved, and if so, how many?
Okay, yes, there are case studies, but you'll not really feel like they are case studies because we actually do the treatments as we go through each section throughout the course. When we add them all up, it works out at 36. And so we do 3 per section, plus a couple of longer case studies, mostly relating to the mandatory sections. So that would be on reflexology for cancer or life limiting, for example, and you might do 5, or it might be a couple on pain management. The objective being that you actually look at all the modes of practice and assessment that you have learnt, and you incorporate them into your consultations. So I mightn't have said so, but we look more in depth at body language, at foot reading, at body types, at Ayurveda, at meridians. So we're actually looking at quite a diverse range of different ways of assessing. And in level 4, you're going to be using those tools rather than the basic that you would be using in level 3.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, what progression is there and where can I enroll for that?
Okay, so the progression from level 4 would be to, some people want to volunteer and some people want to get jobs. So I'll give you examples of people that have progressed from my level 4 courses that have been with us in SERC. So I have one who's now a teacher in another college teaching reflexology. I have one lady who works in the city hospital cancer section, actually as a paid complementary therapist, and she does complementary therapies on cancer patients. I have some that have set up their own businesses. I have some that volunteer with Marie Curie and Daisy Lodge. So everyone who has been through level 4 ends up being very successful. We have a very good track record of getting into employment. I think part of that is the increased knowledge. Part of it is the increased confidence and the success that you get from working with your clients.
Perfect, thank you. Someone else has asked, how many hours is allocated for the class practicals?
The majority of the time is practical. We would do the theory and some research, but of the time allocation, there would be at least 3 hours, a minimum of 3 hours per week.
Okay, and
but you also need to work at home.
No problem. Is there someone has asked if there's a list of course modules, and if so, where can they find that?
You can go into VTCT and you can go into qualifications and then holistic and level 4, and it will give you a breakdown of the specifications. I would say that the way the book is laid out, that you actually, in order to know what we really need, you need to go into the notes behind the modules, because the notes give a lot more detail of the areas that have to be covered rather than the question pages. So it's not immediately obvious unless you really have studied the book.
Okay, thank you. Donna Montgomery has asked, it states 8 hours contact time, but then the lists class times as 12:30 till 5:30, and that's only 5 hours. She just wants to know what causes that discrepancy.
I have no idea. Probably just a typing error, but it's not 8 hours. It is from 12:30 to 5:30.
Okay, we have just 2 more. Are there any plans in place if we were unable to commence classes in September 2020 due to COVID-19?
Well, the college management team are exploring all possibilities, and at the moment they are investigating what is the most appropriate way to use PPE in the college. And my understanding is that there will be, if it is health and safety permissible, that there will be some time in college and some homeschooling, but very much we are, as a college, waiting on direction from the government.
Perfect. And the last question is someone wanting to know if you cover face reflexology?
Oh, we do. We absolutely do. That's one of them. That is covered. Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions that are in so far. I'm going to put a link in the questions area for anyone who wants to ask questions after the session. They can email you guys. But I think that if you're happy enough, Colleen, then that will be the session over.
Yes, anybody who wishes to email me or has any further questions, I'm very happy to answer your questions. ccairns@serc.ac.uk, and if you want to leave me your telephone number and have a more private conversation, I'm happy to do that as well.